The other day I showed y'all some fried chicken, but I bought a whole chicken, but I didn't cook the whole chicken as fried. I saved the wings and the back and the 2 breasts to go in my chicken and rice that I'm gonna fix. I'm gonna just put it in this platter right here until it cools a little, and then I'm going to debone it. And in the meantime, we're going to fix some stuff to go in our chicken and rice. I'll show you what. Okay, I'm going to set this to the side. Uh-oh. Let it cool because I don't want all my broth to rinse away, do I? Okay, y'all, listen. In case you need to know, those of you who didn't see my live yesterday, I went live and I told you where I was going to be this coming weekend. I'm going to be in Macon, Mississippi this coming Saturday, which will be October the 12th. I'm going to have my first, my second, and my third cookbooks with me. They're traveling in my picking up truck. I'm going to be signing and selling cookbooks. This is the second cookbook. Here's my last cookbook, the third one. And here's my first cookbook. And all of them are going to be available. And somebody said, well, how many are you going to bring? I said, I don't know. As many as fit in my picking up truck. That's how many I'm going to bring. Anyway, I'm going to be in Macon, Mississippi. Macon, Mississippi is where I'm going to be. And I'm going to sign books and visit with y'all and everything from 10 o'clock in the morning on that Saturday, October 12th, to 12 o'clock. And some rules that you need to know is this. When you walk up with your book, let's say you got all your books, you don't need to buy one, that's fine. I'm going to sign yours too. But if you need to buy a book and then come over to my table, I'll sign the book for you. Whoever you're buying the book for, put it in the on a piece of paper, like Linda or Sue or Big Mama or whoever you're buying the book for, or if it's yourself, print their name on a piece of paper, stick it in the front of the book, or just push it in the front of the book so that when I get your book, I can see how to spell your name. For instance, if your name is Sarah, I don't know if it has an H on the end or just an A. If your name is Jackie, I don't know if it's Jacki, Jackie, Jacky, or what. I mean, and I don't want to mess up on your book. If I do, I'll just have to put the word oops. So please write that in there. I'm going to be in Macon, Mississippi at the Superior Catfish place. And it's on Highway 45, 55. Lord, I've forgotten what highway it's on. Let's see if I put it on this. 45. Highway 45 in Macon, Mississippi. It didn't say if it's south or north, and somebody said, is it south or north? I said, well, it's according to which way you're coming from. If you're going this way, it'll be north. If you're going that way, it'll be south. So I don't know where you are. But I do know that it's really close to the Alabama line. So y'all get your girls trip up and come on and let's be together. And I'm going to make sure I come home with some catfish, I can tell you that. They're having a big sale on that too, on the catfish fillets. But so right now, we're just going to be making chicken and rice the rest of this time. Hey y'all, it's Sunday. This is what I'm doing, this chicken and rice. And I have not fixed my hair yet, so just bear with me. I got my makeup on and I'm dressed, except for my jacket. I got a cute little jacket I'm going to put on. It's going to go with my green beads. All right, so what I'm going to do, I boiled my chicken. I've got my broth. And while my chicken is cooling just a little bit so I can debone it, I'm going to put 1 stick of butter in a skillet and turn it on kind of low for a minute while I cut up what I'm going to saute in it. And I'm going to cut up 5 celery ribs and 1 whole onion, and I'm going to let it saute together. And so to do that, I do not like strings in my celery. So I always string my celery. I catch it a little bit right there at the top and just pull, and I get the strings off of it. Now somebody told me that they wanted it on there because they want the fiber. Well, I'm going to have plenty of fiber with this. I don't need all those strings on it. But y'all eat the strings if you like them. If you like strings, just go right ahead. But I don't like them. So I'm going to do this. I don't know. Maybe I do this because my mother did it. I just don't know. But anyway. Alright, so on my live the other day when I showed you how to clean your black iron skillet and to season it, y'all asked some questions. So while I'm doing this celery, I'm going to try to answer what you had for me, okay? Here were some of the questions. When you get through cooking in your black iron skillet, do you wash it? The answer is yes, I do wash it. And how do I wash it? Never in a dishwasher, ever. Not ever. But I do when I wash dishes, y'all, I fill my sink up with water, hot soapy water, and I use my dish detergent. And I wash my dishes by hand, not one at a time with a little soap squeezed on the sponge. I don't do that. I fill my sink up with water, put my dishes all down in the good hot water, and I wash them. That's how I wash them. And yes, I know you can't see good because this thing is, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to get me a new one. That's what I'm going to do. Let me turn this off. So I wash my dishes. Now you can see good. All right, I wash my dishes in my sink in soapy water, okay? And the reason I'm using this knife is I've misplaced my other one. I don't know where it is, but I'll find it. It's on the premises. I have not taken it anywhere. So I wash my sink. I wash my black skillet in soapy water. And here's the key. You got to dry it really super good, y'all. Because that's how things rust, is because you left water on it. And then, so you dry it real good. The other day when I dried my little cornbread skillet thing that I showed y'all, I put it in the stove to dry it. Here it is. Here's the one we did right here. See how it looks? Looks great, doesn't it? And so, anyway, that was one of the questions. Another question was, can you use a Brillo pad? Well, a Brillo pad is softer than that metal scratcher pad that I used over there. And so when you're first finding an old skillet and it's all rusted up, I would not use a Brillo pad. I would use something that's really scratchy, which was that one that I showed you, that you just get in the grocery store. I also told you not to get the copper colored one because it didn't last as long as the stainless steel one. But now you can do what you want to. That was just a suggestion. All right, so now I got my celery right here, and I'm going to just quickly, I'm going to have it in big old hunks like this. In my, that knife it needs sharpening. So that was one of the questions. Another question was, it was about Macon, Mississippi. Oh, one lady said, I got so excited, I thought you were coming to Macon, Georgia, till I heard you say the word Mississippi. Glory, glory. All right, let me get this cut up right here. I'll be right back. Our celery's cut up, those big old ribs of it. I'm going to put it right over here in this good thing of butter. Ooh, it's going to be so good. We're going to have a good chicken and rice. Now, if you don't like celery, put it in there anyway. It makes it so good, y'all. All right, let's cut up our onion. I got one really big one. That's what I've got. I'm saving all those strings for the chickens. They like those. All right. What were some other questions y'all asked? Some of the questions you asked on the thing, I actually told you while I was talking, but y'all ask it anyway, and makes me think you're not really listening good. But let's see, what were the other questions? Oh, they asked about the grease in the skillet. Could they season their skillet with bacon grease instead of the fat back? And the answer is yes, you can. But here's what you do. You don't put bacon grease on it and put it in the oven. You cook you some bacon in it. In other words, clean that old rusty skillet up the best you can. Then put your bacon or your fat back in it and cook it in it. And then you saw how I did the back of the skillet. You saw that. If you can't find my lives, I don't know what to say. I guess I need to wait just a little bit longer. Let me rinse this onion off. It's got some black on it. I guess I just need to wait just a little bit longer for all y'all to get on, because some of you came at the end and you didn't really know what I was doing. Did you? Let me rinse this off. Sometimes on an onion, there's an outer skin that's kind of hard, and sometimes I just go ahead and pull that off, because it's just no use of keeping it on there if it's an old hard part. I'd rather get rid of it. It's not worth it. I don't want to get something into my mouth that I can't get good and tender like it's supposed to be. Now then, there you go. That's good right there. And we're going to cut this kind of in big old chunks too. Let's see how this knife works. This is a new one somebody sent me. Okay, works pretty good. But it's got serrated. I don't think I need that, do I? The other question, or the other thing I want to tell you is this. Don't go around your neighborhood collecting books for me to sign, because I'm not signing them like that. I'll sign your book or the ones that you're going to give as gifts. I'm not signing them for you coming up there with 20 books in a bag. I'm not doing that. It's not fair to the people who are standing in line. So don't do it. Have your book or your books, and if you bought some for Christmas presents, I'll try those if we have time. I'm going to find the right knife eventually. I got to sharpen knives this afternoon. That's what I've got to do. I've got to sharpen some knives. They're all dull today. If you don't have a sharp knife, that's when you usually cut yourself in the kitchen. You cut yourself because your knife's not sharp. That isn't working. Let me go back to this one. So I'm looking forward to going to Macon. And what we'll try to do is have 2 tables. One table for selling books, and I'll have somebody over there doing that. And then you come to the other table where I'm sitting, and I'm going to sign it. Now, if you want a picture of me signing your book, or you with me, standing with me while I'm signing, hand your camera to the person behind you. Get it set on photo, and let them take it to you. Then they can hand your phone back to you, because that saves time also. Yeah, I got to get this in there with my celery. You're talking about good. This chicken and rice is going to be delicious today. Mama used to make chicken and rice a lot when it was winter time, because it's like a comfort food. What all do y'all put in your chicken and rice? What do you put in yours? I don't know what kind of bread I'm going to fix with mine today. Probably cornbread. Cornbread, as they call it. All right, that's good enough. Let's put that in there. We're going to do this. got my rice sitting out over here in a measured cup. I put a cup and a half in it of rice. Oh, there's one that's too big. Goodness gracious, I missed that one, didn't I? When you have chicken and rice, you don't need anything else. All you need is some bread and something to drink, and you're good. And that's good. All right, I'm gonna saute this real slowly. Let it get good and tender. The celery and onions, and then we'll add it to our dish. This is the chicken breast right here that I've boiled. I like it kind of shredded like this. Instead of cutting in chunks, I like it just kind of shredded like that. That's how I do mine. It's nice and cool now. It's just barely warm. It's been sitting over there cooling. Somebody asked me the other day, said, where did you learn to cook? I said, my mama taught me. And y'all, she didn't get me in the kitchen and then say, get over here, we're going to do this recipe and you're going to learn how to do it. She didn't do that. She did it like I had to be in the kitchen, okay? And she would ask me to do little things at first. Like she'd say, how about measuring me out a cup of milk? Well, she didn't tell me where the measuring cup was, and she didn't tell me where 1 cup was. She let me find the measuring cup. Then she would let me find the 1 cup on there to see if I could. She didn't go over there and just show me. She let me do it. Children learn by doing, y'all. The adventure of doing. All right, see how this is looking? Isn't that pretty? And that's how she taught me. Or she would say, set the table. And at first she'd tell me how to set the table. In other words, if we needed a spoon, a fork, or knife, and she taught me how to put what side of the plate to put it on. She taught me all that, and then she expected me to do it, which I did. We had a little kitchen table, and our little kitchen was so small that whoever sat next to the refrigerator side, if we wanted something out of the refrigerator, let's say we were having French fries or something like that, and they wanted some ketchup, and it happened to be in the refrigerator, which I don't refrigerate mine, but some people do. Then you had the person that sat next to the refrigerator had to move. This is the neck, y'all, and it has good meat on it. That's the skin right there. But this neck, it has good meat on it. That's solid meat right there. They had to move their chair, get whatever it was out of the refrigerator that you wanted, then they could sit back down. Because there were 6 of us, and that little kitchen table was an oval shape. And you had the stove on one side of it and the refrigerator right on the other. The kitchen probably wasn't, I don't know, from cabinet to cabinet, I'd say maybe 6 feet or something like that. It was really tiny. Really tiny. My daddy would get up every morning and eat with us, and he had to work late at night. He didn't get in till, well, he got off work at 11, but it was on the other side of town, so it took him a while to get home. He lived in the generation that was dedicated, and I want to tell you how I know that. I grew up in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Well, Daddy worked at Hunt Oil Company there in Tuscaloosa. That's where he retired from. And it was on the other side of town, like I said. We lived in the Northport area, okay? Sometimes Tuscaloosa had real deep snows. Not very often, but sometimes. And where we lived had hills just like this. I mean, I lived at Northwood Lake, which was, had lots of hills. I don't know which other way to say it, but they were really steep and curvy. So when it snowed, Daddy couldn't drive over all those hills to get to the main highway to go to work. So he called somebody that lived on the main highway that could travel. We couldn't get out of where we lived. And he walked. I would say it was probably 3 miles, something like that, 2 miles. It was a long way. In the snow, with his work clothes on and a big old coat, to the main highway and caught his ride. Well, that was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon that he had to be at work. But then he didn't get off of work until 11 o'clock at night. And bless his heart, he would walk at night through that snow back to the house after he got off of work. That's dedication. He was born, let's see, I think he was born in 1920, I believe it was. I'll have to look back. All right, here's all our chicken. See, you don't need the whole chicken. I fried the other part and just saved the breast and a little bit. That's plenty to go in our chicken and rice today. But he was a dedicated worker. Let me wash my hands off a little bit. And he taught dedication to us. And how did he teach it? He didn't say, now, Brenda, you be dedicated to your work. He expected it. He demonstrated it, so therefore I was dedicated to my work, to my teaching, or to my whatever I happen to be doing. I do the very best I can. You know, Scripture tells us, if y'all don't read Scripture, you're missing out. Scripture tells us to do everything we do as unto the Lord. And so what does that mean? It means that everything you do in life, you should do it like Jesus is fixed to walk in the door and visit with you to have a cup of coffee. Are you going to give him a cup of good hot coffee in a styrofoam cup? Well, I know you're not. You're going to give him a good cup of coffee in your best cup. And he wants you to do your best for not just him, but for those he puts in your life. So give your child a plate, a real plate. It's your best plate. Let them eat off of it. You know, I told you, I think our tea is about ready. Let me get my ice out, y'all. That tea makes, the all sweet tea makes 1 gallon, so here's what I do. This little pitcher fits really good under here. So you got to have 4 cups of ice, and I'll show you where it comes. I'll show you where it comes on mine. I know how much to fill it up. Okay, there it is. Here's what I use. A long time ago, they had these little things like that from y'all sweet tea, and I got one. It's a little magnet, so it really helps. So I got my 4 cups of ice in here. I know what 4 cups is. I've done this so many times. I just can't tell you how many times. So what you do is this. Once your tea is set for 9 minutes, and mine has, you just take your tea, and you're actually going to pour it over this pour this hot tea over that cold ice. Look how good and dark it is. Y'all see that? Y'all see how dark it is? It's rich. Rich tea. And at this time, you can put in your sugar if you want it. You can have it like this, or you can put sugar in it. I'm putting sugar in it today. So come over to this side. Y'all excuse my mess over here. Let me move it out of the way where y'all can see. Can y'all see this? All right, let me show you. My scoop that I've got in my sugar, is 1/3 of a cup. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. So that's 1 cup. And I'm going to put one more little scoop. That's going to be 1 1/3 cup. You stir it around, and then you mix your tap water with it till it comes up to the gallon mark. Now, if you got that Y'all Sweet Tea pitcher, then you just can measure with that. It's got the measurements on it. So you come over here to this, and you just put your water right in it, like that, and bring it up to the 1 gallon. 1 tea bag makes 1 gallon, and there's 10 tea bags in that thing. Most of you are not ordering it anymore because you're buying it in the store. Our stores around here where I live in Andalusia, we have it. So we don't have a problem, but some of y'all stores don't have it. What you need to do is ask your local grocer to order y'all some. Start ordering it so you don't have to order anymore. That's what I do. They'll do it for you. Heck, they're in the business of selling groceries. Of course they want to sell what you want. All right, I'm going to throw this tea bag away right here. And you can save it for your mulch pile. It works really good. I'm going to take these bones out to the woods for the varmints. And we're going to eat the good stuff. I'll be back in a minute when we finish up our chicken and rice. Y'all, our onions and our celery are nice and tender. So we're going to add those to our broth. And then we are going to add our rice in it. And then with chicken. And it's going to be good, y'all. So here we go. Here's our pot of broth. And what I did was this. I cooked my chicken a long time to get all the goodie out of it. So I added some water in it because I needed it. All right, so we've got that. Now we're going to add our onions and our celery mixture. And remember, this had a whole stick of butter in it. Now, I'm not going to salt it until I get it just about ready because I don't know how much salt we'll need. I had salted my chicken a little bit when I cooked it. I know that's driving y'all nuts. Here's that middle spoon. Let me get this. I changed because I love you. I don't want you to have to endure. I'm going to try to get every bit out because it's got that butter in there, see? And I want to get all that butter back out of there. And by the way, the skillet that I just cooked this in was the one that you saw me clean that was so rusty maybe 3 or 4 months ago. Remember it? Y'all remember it? And what I'm going to do is take it over here. This is what I do. I take it over here. And I've got dishwater in there. You see that dishwater? I'm going to put it down in here. I usually hold it with this because it's still hot. And I am going to wash it with good hot soapy water like that on both sides. Once you season a skillet, that's all you got to do. I'm going to always rinse my skillet in hot water. And then I'm going to dry it really super good. The drying part is very important because if you don't dry it good, it's going to rust again. Now, I will never have to season this skillet again unless I just want to. And if I season it again, what am I going to do? What am I going to do if I want to season it again? I'm going to fry some more bacon in it. Make sure it's good and dry. All right, it's ready now for another use. It's still hot though, because I just took it off the I'm going to put it here on my drain rack. But this is my water, just good old hot soapy water. This is what I fixed to wash my countertop with and my chopping block with. Hot soapy water kills germs. So, let's get back over here to our chicken. Y'all say, Miss Brenda, you so bossy. Well, I can't help it. I had 3 little brothers running around in my house, and somebody had to take care of them. That looks good. All right, we're gonna put it back on the eye. I'm gonna turn it on high till it gets hot or boiling. Then I'm gonna put my rice in it. Like I said, I've got 1.5 cups of rice in here. Well, where's my cup side? Right here. Right there. I'm gonna put 1.5 cups of rice. And then when the rice is just about done, I'm going to put that chicken in it, okay? And then I'm going to taste it and see. I know I need pepper because I hadn't used any of that yet, but then I'm going to check it and see if I need to put some salt in it, okay? I'll be back. Now I'm going to wash off my buffet, and this is how I do it. I take this hot soapy rag, and I'm going to go over it, all of it really good, twice at least. Put my tea boiler over there in my hot soapy water I've got going. I also wipe off the sides of my chopping block because you have to. I get flour all over it all the time. You just take a hot soapy rag, y'all, and give it a really good washing, and that's all you do. I never want to put Clorox or something like that on my chopping block because I don't want that bleachy taste on it, and I don't want it to have that chemical on it because I'll be cutting up my food on it, okay? All right, here's something you need to know too. This needs to be dried real good, because bad stuff grows on things that are wet, okay? So I'm just going to take my drying cloth and give it a good drying. Then I'll be done with this. It's ready to serve off of or chop off of or whatever we want to do. Somebody sent me some stuff that you're supposed to put on here to keep it lively, keep your wood lively, because this is just plain wood. It doesn't have a finish or anything on it, see? It's just plain wood. Like that. And it worked really good. It was like it's kind of like something that where you have thirsty wood. And I put it on there. I'll be back in a little while. That's what my daddy always did. He'd say, ah. And then he'd shake his glass. If y'all hadn't had sweet tea, it is so good. I'm going to have a fit with this thing. Okay, y'all, our broth is boiling, so I'm putting in my 1.5 cups of rice. I'm going to give it a quick stir. And then I'm going to turn it down to about 4 or 5, so it can simmer in there and that'll absorb all the water, okay? All my rice in my chicken and rice is not quite tender yet. So here is the situation. You see how thick it is? And I like it that thick, but my rice is not quite tender. So what I'm going to have to do, if yours does like this, add you a little water. Won't take much. And let it continue to cook. And when that water cooks down or out, that rice is probably going to be tender. I've tasted it. And I went ahead and I put some more salt in it. I put a little pepper in it. And it's delicious. But my rice is not quite tender, and that's why I put a little bit more water in it, just to let it be able to cook a few more minutes. While our rice is getting tender, I'm going to make just a quick little pan of cornbread. I'm going to put maybe 2 heaping tablespoons of, or serving spoons, not tablespoons, of cornmeal in here. Maybe a little extra. I'm going to put some buttermilk in here. And I'm going to put 1 egg. And here is my cornbread skillet. You know, I told you all that you needed a cornbread skillet. And don't ever fry anything in your cornbread skillet. You know what happened? Your cornbread will stick. So what I thought we could do today too is do this. We could put some in that thing that we made, that we fixed. This one will probably stick the first time because we just cleaned it and it's no, we just seasoned it so it's kind of fresh on the line, so to speak. You want your cornbread mixture to be about like this. Beat it up real good. Kind of whip it. That puts air in it. Gets that egg all done up in there good. All right, here's how I do it. Sometimes I put a liquid in it and heat up my skillet, and sometimes I don't. Today, I'm just doing this. I'm going to take some grease and put it around in my skillet like that on the sides and the bottom. I've got my oven set on 400 degrees. All right, so what we'll do with this little thing, I hope I've made enough stuff to go in it too. I'm going to put a little bit in each one, and I'm going to try to rub it around in there so it gets all in it. Turn it to this side so I can get some on that bottom part. And like I say, this one is probably going to stick today. I'll be surprised if it doesn't, okay? I really will be surprised. All right, take your finger and work it into the edges right there. And I could use oil, but I don't want to. I want this, I do not. I'm going to try my best for it not to stick this time. And remember, the more you use it, it'll just pop right out. But at first, it probably won't. So just be patient with your own cornbread thing. All right, here we go. I'm going to fill it first. All right, I think I've got it greased good. Don't y'all think so? All right, what we'll do is when you put this in here, you want it to be kind of like the length of it, so kind of just do back and forth just a little bit. Not too full. These are real good when you put butter on them and everything. But it probably will stick, so don't be disappointed the first time. But then from then on out, you'll be good. Okay, I'm going to take my finger and take that off of that little rim that's between them. And I'm going to try to spread it out just a little bit so that the cornbread goes to the ends too. It's supposed to be in a stick shape like a piece of corn. Like that. Okay, let's put it in our 400-degree oven. And let's put the remainder of it in here. I'd be surprised if this stuck because it's my cornbread skillet. It shouldn't stick at all. Do it around so it gets to even up all the way around. And put it in your oven on 400. And we'll let her cook. We'll let her cook. Okay, y'all, it's time to go to church. So here's what you do. When you get your chicken and rice made, and mine is made, y'all come over here and look. This is how you just put it in, leave it in your pan. Look how good it looks. See, it's the right thickness. That's what you want right there. Let me get the light over here where you can see better. See there? And it is going to be delicious. You don't want it soupy, okay? And I'm going to put the top on it. I've got it turned off, but it's good and hot. And so now we're going to get out our cornbread to go with it, okay? And then we're going to head out the door. All right, so let's get our cornbread. We'll do the cornbread skillet first. Now, this is the one that's supposed to not stick. Because all I do it is cornbread, so we're going to hope it's ready. And there you go. Perfect. See there? It's perfect. Now here's what Miss Gantt always did. My mother-in-law. Let me show you what she did. And your mama probably did it too. She put her cornbread on a plate. And then she got a regular knife like this. And my bracelet just fell. And she put it up under it like that. And the reason she did that is she said she didn't want it to sweat. All right, now let's get out the one that's probably going to stick because it's the first time we've used it since we cleaned it the other day. We'll put this skillet down in that dishwater. Let's get out our other one. Now I'm probably gonna have to work it in a little bit, so we don't really know yet, do we? All right, here it is. Now we're hoping. I don't know, but we're hoping. All right, let me turn my oven off so I won't forget that. All right, I think I'll get 2 knives and see if they will pop out of here. Let's try that one. Yay! Oh my gosh, it worked. Look, it didn't stick the first time. Look, isn't that beautiful? Looks like a piece of corn, doesn't it? I'm so excited. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? We cleaned this pan. We got it at a junk shop. It was rusty, and now we can make us some corn sticks. Let's get them all out. Let's hope they all did that good. Oh my word, I'm so excited. I am excited. Because a lot of times, the first time when you do your cornbread stuff, it'll stick. Now remember what we're going to do. I fixed to wash this in the dishwater. But I think what I'll do is turn it upside down in my stove, since my stove's still hot, to dry it. Because you want all in between all those little things to be dried. Okay, y'all. It worked. Here's your cornbread stick right here. And all you do is this. Let me show you what to do. I feel like y'all know what to do. But I feel like I better just show you, just in case. You know why I'm showing you, don't you? Because I want to try it. I'm playing like I'm buttering me a piece of corn. I like these because crunchy's all around them. And I like crunchy. Lord, I love crunchy. My sweet George, he liked soft cookies and I liked hard cookies. Here you go. Look. Oh, it's so good. You're going to love it. I might just stand here and eat this whole stick of butter with that. This is actually my breakfast. I hadn't had any breakfast yet. All I had was 2 mugs of coffee. Another thing that's good on this that y'all might enjoy is pepper jelly. Pepper jelly on cornbread is delicious. Y'all gonna have to try it. Well, let me get over there and wash my skillets and dry them really super good. And remember, when you have a cornbread, you need a cornbread skillet. And do not fry anything in it. Because if you do, and it sticks, you can just say, well, Miss Brenda told me not to do this. Y'all remember to do everything you do today as unto the Lord. That's what Scripture tells us. And I can tell you this, when He tells us something in His Scripture, it's so. And your life will be much better if we just bow down to him and do what he says. We're so stubborn, aren't we? I love y'all. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.